So it is that time of year where Samsung released their flagship product, and this time is their Note series, probably one of my favorite flagship series releases throughout the year. This is their crown product, the Galaxy Note 9. And what I wanted to do was give you my first hands-on impressions and give you a run through of what this product is about and what makes it different to the Note 8 and what it has to offer as probably one of the flagship phones to pay attention to this year. Now, full disclosure, this is by no means a full review. This is just more of a quick hands-on impressions and a snippet at what this phone has to offer and what I think of it, and also what makes it different, especially the unique selling points and the marketing behind the Galaxy Note 9. So click right play all day. This is really what this phone is bringing to the table, and there's three main unique selling points that are actually driving this phone away to make sure that it stands out throughout the crowd and also against the previous device, which was the Galaxy Note 8. Now first, let's talk about ultimate performance and the specifications of the Galaxy Note 9. Now released in the UK, there's going to be 2 SKUs available, which is the first that they've done that. 3 available colors. The color that I've got with me myself right now is the ocean blue, there will be a lavender purple, and the classic midnight black. The base model specifications is the one I have, and again, depending on your region, you're either looking at a Snapdragon 845 or my model, which is the Exynos 9810 octa-core based processor. This is obviously the generation 2 10nm chip. This is what we saw from the Galaxy S9 Plus. It's a powerful chip with great graphics and great compute power. This particular model that I have is 6GB of RAM with 128GB of internal storage, and also you can expand it with micro SD card with an extra 512GB of storage. Next is also the battery life. Finally, a big battery that's been put in here for all day usage, under normal usage, 4000 mAh battery. Finally, something bigger than the S7 Edge, which was previously their biggest flagship battery in a smartphone at 3600. I can definitely have a bit more confidence that the battery life on this is gonna be a lot better. Again, it does need to be tested. It hasn't been fully tested yet, but 4000 mAh battery is what you're working with here. All the standard battery charging technologies are in here. Adaptive fast charging out of the box with quick charge 2.0, fast wireless charging, and also the USB Type-C connectivity as well. Now the top SKU, the granddaddy, the big one, the one that I think really changes the game in terms of what you can have in a smartphone internal specification, is 8GB of RAM and internal 512GB of storage. Yeah, you heard right. 512GB of storage. This is probably one of the first few phones on a consumer market that isn't a special edition device that is available with internal storage of 512GB. Now think about 512GB with the expandability of 512GB with the SD. That is a potential 1 TB of storage. The kind of specs that you get in here is almost like laptop specifications, and that has me excited for the productivity and for all the people that love and need lots of storage. This pretty much doubles up on what any of the competition have internally, which is great to see. The overall footprint and design of the phone is still very familiar, but if you look at the display is now 6.4 inches diagonal corner to corner measurement. The resolution has still stayed the same at wide quad high definition plus 2960 by 1440p resolution with the aspect ratio of 18.5 by 9. This is definitely giving you the best of both worlds. And what it's actually done is made the phone feel wider, meaning that it has more substantial feel in the hand. You still do have the curved edge on both sides as well as the rear, so it fits more comfortable in your hand, but there is a slight more heft to it. There is more size to the screen. What this probably just basically means is when you're using the S Pen, there is more space to write, and also most likely to accommodate for the bigger battery as well. It definitely feels more substantial, and it's something I definitely like. I almost feel like they could have gotten away with a 6.5 inch display, meaning that you could have had a truly best of both worlds, the wideness of 16 by 9 with the tall and the all screen aspect ratio of 18.5 by 9. But yes, the display is 0.1 of an inch bigger than the Note 8 and also 0.2 of an inch bigger than the S9 Plus. This is going to be definitely great for content consumption, browsing, and using the phone having more display and a more compact body. This is something that is definitely great. You still have the headphone jack which is optimized and tuned by AKG, and you do have your AKG earbuds in the box as well. And also what they've carried over from what they learned with the speaker audio from the S9 Plus, you do now have dual stereo speakers with optimization from Dolby Atmos. So Dolby Atmos is meant to give you a much richer sound and optimization for the audio and the video consumption that you're having for more surround sound feel. Everything in terms of audio that was from the S9 Plus has been carried over, which is definitely great to see. And against the Note 8 is a definite big step up from what was there before. Now continue with ultimate performance. Now you have DeX built in, the desktop experience where you remember from the DeX station, which gave you extra connectivity with USBs, Ethernet, fast charging and better cooling. You no longer need it as the primary DeX station to be able to have the desktop experience. All you now need is a USB Type-C PD adapter to HDMI, and you're able to have the desktop experience on your monitor or projector. It doesn't mean that the DeX station is not usable or compatible anymore. You can still use this, which will obviously charge your device, give you better cooling and more connectivity compared to just using the USB Type-C to HDMI adapter, but it just means that you do have ease of connectivity. What that basically means is you having your desktop experience on your screen, your monitor, or your projector, you're able to use things for your presentations by using the new Bluetooth connected S Pen, which is what I'm going to talk about next, the new Bluetooth connected S Pen. So the new Bluetooth connected S Pen, this is what was teased for the Unpacked event, and this is what defines and what makes the Note product a Note device. And without shadow of a doubt, this is the biggest upgrade and the biggest revolution that they've done to the S Pen since it was first introduced. Now with the click of the middle button, you have Bluetooth activated functions that allow you to not only remotely control the device without touching it, but allows you to actually have a single, a double press function and a long press function to actually activate different functions on the phone. Now by default, when you press the long button in the middle, this will launch the camera, and in the camera you have a single press and a double press function. The double press function will actually flip the camera around into selfie or domain, and the single press by default will allow you to take a picture. This is a game changer. So imagine taking selfies or pictures remotely without having to worry about shake and get the position right, and you're able to do this with the S Pen. This gives the S Pen extra functionality and versatility like you couldn't ever do before, but it does give you customizability as well. The long press and hold within the S Pen remote functions in the drop down menu will allow you to map it to whichever app you want to open when you long press and hold. And also your single press and your double press functionality, depending on what native app you're in, you are able to change the functionality. So for example, the camera, when you single press, it doesn't necessarily have to take a picture. It can take a video or it can also do nothing, but you've got the option to change it to let it do what you prefer within the native settings. This is great. Not only is this a connected Bluetooth S Pen, but also it's a customizable Bluetooth S Pen. It gives you that accessibility that you want, and I think this will now take the S Pen away from just being a niche, but a function that more people can use. Group selfies, group photos, extra functionality from when you're actually opening the apps that you want to open. This is great. As well as that, I'm a big S Pen fan, and it doesn't stop it from actually working as normal. This is actually using a propulsion technology to actually charge it, and this will give you 30 minutes of usage or 200 clicks, whichever one comes first. But when the battery does run out, it does work as normal like your S Pen that you've been used to from previous models. So this does not take away the functions, but this adds to it, and this is great. And when you want to connect and recharge, all you simply need to do is just put the S Pen back into the phone, and it actually takes 40 seconds to recharge the Bluetooth functionality and the battery inside, which is quick and phenomenal. It means that you'll always stay connected as much as you can to always be able to use it. And also within the status of the S Pen remote menu, it will show you the battery status as well. I think this addition to the S Pen is the biggest change that we've seen in a while. I'm going to test them all so you guys can actually see, but yeah, the new Bluetooth connected S Pen for me, so far using it, is so clutch, it's so fun, and it adds more functionality than just the S Pen being something that you're using to draw. Screen off memo is also beginning a nice touch where, depending on the color of the S Pen that you have, whether it's lavender purple, the midnight black, or in this case the ocean blue, with the color of the S Pen being yellow, the screen off memo that you used to write is actually going to be yellow, and it still gives you all the functionalities as before, with up to 100 pages where you can use it with the always on display pinned and also saved into your notes as well. And last major talking point is the reimagined camera. Now, spec for spec, looking at the specs and the hardware on the Galaxy Note 9 compared to the S9 Plus, they are pretty much identical. What that basically means is for the main camera, you are looking at two camera lenses, both 12 megapixels, both with optical image stabilization. The main camera has got the hardware innovation with dual aperture, where it does switch between f1.5 to f2.4, and the f1.5 is still one of the biggest, if not the biggest, camera lens aperture on a smartphone today. And this also has the pixel size of 1.4 microns, and it's great for low light photography, low light videography, and also has the ability to shoot up to 4K 60 frames a second and stabilize at 4K 30 frames a second. I definitely can't wait to test this camera. And also for the front facing camera, you are still looking at the same configuration of 8 megapixels with f1.7 aperture, 1.22 micron pixel size with autofocus, and video that does shoot up to 1440p 30 frames a second. So hardware wise is definitely on par with the S9 Plus, but what have they done different with the Note 9? Firstly, it's the super slow motion. 960 frames at 720p makes a return, but you do have a second super slow motion mode at 480 frames a second. But the only catch with this one is it does not work in a multi-take mode. It only seems to work in a single take mode, and you only get one opportunity. But the benefit of that is, although still in 720p, you do get a longer recording time of 12 seconds. So double the length of recording, which gives you more options, and also a slightly clearer image because of the shutter speed not being as fast. So it's great to have this option, but just bear in mind, so far looking at it, it does not work in multi-take mode. Next is the portrait mode live focus, which is probably one of my favorite portrait mode abilities on any smartphone, for the main reason why you're able to adjust the background blur before and also after you've taken a shot, and also the ability to use dual capture, where you're able to have a wide angle shot backup with the portrait mode shot. But one of the biggest feedbacks that was on previous was the fact that it did not work with high dynamic range to get the best lighting exposure, and also at nighttime. Again, this is fully to be tested, but now supposedly live focus does work with HDR enabled, and also the ability to have live focus portrait mode at nighttime. But again, I will have an ultimate camera comparison with the Galaxy Note 9 against some of the popular smartphones, so you're able to see which one comes out best, and if any of these functionalities is something that comes ahead in any way. But definitely, I'm happy to see that there is an improvement to live focus, and wait and see what will happen with the ultimate camera comparisons when you see them later on. Next is the new automatic feature called Scene Optimizer, and this is the whole new approach to AI and automatic photo point and shoot technology. And it's great to see, because what this actually allows the camera to do is automatically detect 20 different scenes, and you can enable or disable this within the settings. So it gives you the option for how it should behave, from things like pets, indoors, portraits, food, text. It's able to automatically detect and optimize the colors and also the sharpness to be able to adapt to what is best for that particular shot, which is great. This is giving more power supposedly to the point and shoot prowess and the ability of the smartphone, and it's kind of keeping up with the trend with AI with smartphone photography. And let's see how it goes. Again, I'm eager to test it to see how well, one, it detects the scenes in terms of speed, and also how well it actually makes and improves, or supposedly improves, the images in photos. Last but not least, for the selfie camera as well, there is a new mode called Flaw Detection, which is something again that you can enable and disable. But the whole idea and the consensus behind this is that it's able to detect when the lens is blurry, if someone in the shot is actually blinked, or there's shake, and it's able to tell you, so you're able to actually see and get the best shot all the time. I'm very interested to try this out. I don't necessarily know how well it will work, but again, I'm going to be testing it out to see how well this new flaw detection, not flaw, but flaw detection actually works in terms of being able to give you the best selfie shots as possible. And I'm definitely interested to see how that will work alongside with the remote control of the Bluetooth connected S Pen, where you're able to actually position and get better selfies and better shots remotely without having to worry about using your other hand or using the same hand to get the right balance. Now, all the S Pen functionalities from the previous Note 8 are still there. Things like live message is now being integrated, where it does work with AR emoji, and AR emoji as part of the camera reimagine has definitely been improved. There's more customization that you can have to your AR emoji in terms of stickers and customizability, from headscarves to mustaches, skin tones, and I don't know. Let me know what you think about AR emoji. AR emoji now works with live message. Live message is something that works cross platforms, that allows you to create GIFs, and you're able to send them on any multimedia platform and social media platform and messaging platform, so it gives you that flexibility. I know people are kind of funny about AI emoji, but let me know what you think about AI emoji now working with live message in the comment section below. There is so much to run through on this phone. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you want to know about the Galaxy Note 8? And do you think this is a phone contender of the year? And I don't know, I'm excited for this product without a shadow of a doubt. It definitely does feel familiar, but it does a lot different, especially against the Note 8 and even against the S9 Plus, where it separates itself as a standalone product. And without a shadow of a doubt, what's been done with the new S Pen is not only simplistic and exciting, but it takes it to a whole new level where it becomes less of a niche, and I can see more people gravitating to it and using it as a product of functionality. So prices haven't been disclosed with the Galaxy Note 9 while I had it, but I will have it in the description below. Let me know what you guys think of the pricing. I know for a fact this will come in at a pretty penny. It's a premium product. So without a shadow of a doubt, we're gonna see that what this phone has to offer, if it's worth the price it's commanding. Let me know what you guys want me to cover with the Galaxy Note 9. There is so much to go through, and this by no means is a comprehensive review. This is just more of a quick overview and a hands-on impression of what I think. I'm definitely excited for this product. What they've done to the S Pen is not only a simple addition, but it really takes it above from being just a niche, and I can see more people using it. The storage, the specifications, the camera definitely is going to be tested. Everything is going to be put through its paces. So let me know in the description and the comment section what you would like to see on the Galaxy Note 9. Again, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Instagram, links in the description below. I'm your host Ben on the Lover of Tech channel. I will see you next time.